Yes, I'm just going live for a little while because I said that I would. And I'm trying to show up in the spaces and places that I said I would show up in, and everything is working out just as it should. Hey, Dr. Yolanda, I see you. How are you? Yes, I am jumping on. I want to talk about rejection or redirection tonight. I am so excited, and I'm literally like streaming on multiple platforms at the same time. So I'm trying to get my little life together over here. Yes. So yes, my name is Kim Love Jones. I'm a certified relationship coach. Tonight I was teaching my Unlocking Your Love class, so I couldn't get on earlier. Hey, the voice, I see you. Hey, said, I see you. I see you. Let me share this out. Let me share out my video, my live. I've been so busy today. I have just been all over the place. I tell you honestly, and I am working on some things right now. I am sharing this video out and doing what I know I need to do. How you doing? Said he said, I see you. I see you. I wanted to just jump on real quick. I'm not going to be on too long tonight. I said I was going to show up. Tried to get on earlier, but I was a little busy. And so now I'm here. I am here. And I want to talk about, is it truly rejection or is it redirection? And it really has to do with whether or not how we see the situation and the circumstance. A lot of times we get very upset. Yes, my Sunday was amazing. I had an amazing Sunday. I went down to this place called the Nautical Mile. It's near the water. And I listened to music. I had such a wonderful day. I worked today, but then I was able to go out for a little while and just enjoy my Sunday. Yes, I was. And it was amazing. I had a really good time. And I am not complaining. No, I am not. No, I am not. And those that are from New York have probably heard of the Nautical Mile. It's really cool. It's a nice little spot. Some places have bands. Places have DJs and seafood. It's just a nice little thing to do on a Sunday afternoon. Yes. Why are they blocking your comment? Said all you said was awesome. I don't know what's going on out here in these TikTok streets. I really don't know. But I just wanted to jump on and I want to talk about this. Is it rejection or is it or is it redirection? Like a lot of times, everybody knows who gets comes in my room that I talk about healing. And I think that that's a very important place for us to be, in a place where we are concerned about being our best selves and putting away those things that cause us in a real way to stay stuck and to keep us from living a wonderful, beautiful life, keep us from being healthy, because we stay stuck. So until we heal, until we begin to work on ourselves and do all of the things that we need to do for us and show up in different ways, hey, Wayward, I see you, and show up in a different way, it almost like doesn't make a whole bunch of sense the way that we are living our lives if we're not working on ourselves. That's really truly what it is all about. I am not trying to be funny. You say after 3 months of Shanice says after 3 months of consistency, he randomly says that he's too busy to give me what I deserve. Sweetie, that is the reason why I am talking about this healing. Shanice, I really wonder what caused the shift. Is it because he's not ready? Um, he's too busy for you all of a sudden. He was good. He was doing all the things. Hey, Malika, I see you, baby. Like, really, what's going on with that? And I asked the question because how did you get there? What was it that made you be drawn to him? Because I'm curious. Oh girl, I was out in them streets today. Yes, I was. No, I was teaching my class at 7 o'clock. I told y'all I began my Unlocking Your Love class. It was absolutely amazing. Everybody who joined wasn't on, but I'm thinking that it's because I had it on a Sunday evening. It's the summertime. Everybody's looking like to go out, enjoy their little weekends or whatever. Thank you for the follow. Haitian Empress, I see you, baby. Thank you. Right? So everybody is off and they doing their own thing. It's the summertime, and that's what I was doing. I was outside earlier. I went down to those docks. I enjoyed myself. Seafood, music, bands, like you name it. You could go to just walk the whole block if you want. And it was just so dope. And I love going down there. That's where I spend outside of going to the theater and because I do that too in museums and different things like that. Like that's the spot for me because I go down there, I get food, I see all my friends, everybody's hanging out. It's really really nice. I always used to. I always used to tell me he reminded me of my dad. Yeah, because what is it that attracted you to him? What is it that you were doing or he was doing that made you, say, oh, I want to be in a relationship with this guy, right? Because it's usually something. If I could be honest, it's because it's a familiar place for you to be. And we usually only fall into that. If I could be honest, Shanice, we usually only fall into that because we don't have clarity around what's important to us. It is very unfortunate in a real way that we usually end up marrying, and this is the truth, our fathers, and men usually marry some variation of their mother. It's something that we do, or we get involved with people who feel familiar to us. And if I could be perfectly honest, we need to break that because that's not always a good thing. Sometimes we didn't have like good mothers or good fathers. I could tell you a story real quick, and I really mean this. Like one of my good friends was telling me, he's such a good dude too. He's changed tremendously. But he was telling me that when he was a kid, his mother used to drink and his mother used to curse at him and yell at him all the time. He loved his mother. His mother, in his opinion, good woman, that's fine. I'll rock with that. Whatever he says, I get it. But what happened was he ended up, while he was in high school, getting together with a young woman who acted just like his mother, used to curse at him, disrespect him, everything. And he married her. He only married her because he was familiar with that type of behavior. And so I heard this story many years ago. Since then, he had gotten a divorce, gotten remarried. He is with an amazing woman now who, the way that she soothes him when things get crazy is just rub his chest and just speak very calmly to him. And he loves it. He's not being disrespected. He's not going through, all the things. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of times we'll end up marrying what's familiar to us because of our upbringing. And those chains have got to be broken because they lead us in the path that is not going to make us happy because innately we know that there is something wrong with that. That's not how we really want to live. It's just the things that we've experienced in our lives that keep bringing us back to that same place over and over and over again. And so if you're going to be consciously aware of what it is that you want and need, you're going to have to do the work in order to get you there. They gave me a flash goal. I don't know. Oh, okay, here it goes. Thank you, Malika. 3 gifters to send me the daily heart meat. Okay, that's what they sending me. Within 15 minutes. Can I get 3 daily heart meats within 15 minutes? Okay. Thank you, Jess. Thank you. Hey, I didn't even see y'all on. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Look, why is it not registered? Okay, it is registering. It's 50%. Good evening, Tanya. Good evening, Reese. I had my first class tonight. It was absolutely amazing. That's why I'm on here so late. I was like, oh my God, what am I going to talk to them about, tonight? But honestly, we end up getting into relationships, if I could be honest with y'all. We end up getting into relationships with folks that mirror what our lives were like when we were kids. That's why it's so familiar. That's why we do some of the stuff we do. And that's the reality of it. And if you've been around people who never heard your voice, or people who never allowed you to speak your mind, or if you were always shut down as a kid, that's what's familiar to you. Reese, I see you, my love. I see you. That then becomes what's familiar to you. And so you kind of like run and rock with it. You just rock with it. You're like, oh, it's okay. You know why? Why do you say it's okay when somebody doesn't appreciate you? When somebody doesn't allow you to use your voice? When somebody oppresses or depresses you? Why is that okay? It is not okay. And one of the things that we have got to learn how to do is recompartmentalize what's important to us. We have to. There is absolutely no way that you can expect to have a healthy relationship when your voice is not important in the relationship, right? My friend who married a woman like his mother, a young girl at the time, because I think they was like 19 when they got married, right? Thank you, Tanya. Thank you for the rose, my love. I see you. Thank you. Um, Somebody who comes into your life, and because you're used to a certain behavior, even though it's not conducive for you being your best self, but you accept it because that's what you're accustomed to. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. I'm thank you, Shanice, for the follow, right? Thank you, baby. Listen, I'm often talking to people, and we big grown now. We're not young no more. At least I am, right? I'm a little seasoned. I'm a little seasoned woman, and I love who I am, right? But the reality of the situation is this: if I continue to do what I've always done, I'm going to continue to get the same results. If I am around people, right, and this is real talk, who don't love me the way that I want and need to be loved, the issue is not them, the issue is me. Because if I keep accepting less than I know I deserve, I am the problem. It's not them. People are going to be peopling. People are going to treat you the way that they desire to treat you. And you have to make a decision on whether or not this is acceptable for you. Period. Why is it not showing that I got my flash goal? I don't understand. But anyway, the reality of the situation is that I have to take accountability for my part. Yes, like let me tell you something. You want to get to the quickest way, your healing in the fastest way. Own your stuff. Own it. Be honest with yourself. Thank you, Reese, for sharing. I'm going to share again too. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm sharing. The idea, though, and this is real talk for any relationship, the idea is that you won't settle for what you've been settling for. You won't do it anymore. Hi, it's me. I see you. I see you, baby. How are you? Yes. It's important that you stop and realize that you are doing yourself a disservice when you don't advocate for yourself. There may be some things that you don't know, if I could be honest. Like, nobody ever told you that. You didn't have a clue about how to do a certain thing. You didn't have a clue that you were supposed to talk to this person, that person, the other person, right? You didn't have a clue about that, and so you didn't do it. So you didn't get the help that you needed. But today, when you know better, you have to do better. You have to want more for yourself. You can no longer go back into the shadows and act like you didn't know, because you do know. I thought, just give and I will receive. You know what? I think, thank you so much, Queen. When you know better, you do better. Yes, Philip. For men marrying their mothers, and I don't mean little, you know what I'm saying, the spirit, the same type of woman that their mother is. I know quite a few men who have done that. And I know quite a few women who have married their fathers. And no shade to anybody's parents, because it is what it is. But you have to undo that. You have to break those generational curses. If I could be honest with you, Thank you, Tanya, for the heart puff, my love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You have to break those generational curses. You cannot expect, and I really mean this, for things to be so amazing and wonderful in your life and you still doing the same stuff that you was doing before. It don't work like that. You gotta want to change. You gotta change how you do business. Peace and pure blessings, God is one love. Thank you, Eric. Thank you so much. Peace to you, my brother. Yes. Like, come on, we gotta be honest with ourselves. And you know what? I get it that nobody taught us and nobody told us, especially if you're around my age, right? Which you will never know. I'll tell you, but then I would have to unalive you. I'm so silly. But no, but once you know something, you can't unknow it. When you know the truth, I'm so silly, y'all. Y'all pray for me. Um, when you know the truth, you can't unknow the truth about people, about the people that you love, the people that were in your life, the people that you hung out with. You can't unknow it. Once you see for yourself, right? That changes everything. So even if you were in a bad relationship, when you were in your 20s, your 30s, right? You're in a bad relationship and you sit with that and you recognize how you played a role in that, that right there will set you free so that will never happen to you again. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, honestly, and here's the thing that I want everybody to wrap their heads around. Does it do you any service for you to continue to live that way if it doesn't serve you? It doesn't. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I missed you. Yes. Oh, yeah. Victoria, let me tell you something. It was so amazing. It was so amazing. I mean, it was. And I got on, I think, a little early because I had something to do. Right? Like, does it make sense? And my son always like, my baby boy would say, Mom, make it make sense. They got to make it make sense. That's what he always says. Right? Make it make sense. If it don't make sense, then why are you doing it? Right? Yeah, yeah. And so, okay, so check this out. When you were a kid, I don't know if you got spankings as a kid, Tamia. I don't know. Like, you know, it's like I'm doing this because I love you and I want your life. Like if you got a spanking, beating, whatever it was when you was a kid, you knew your parents loved you and cared about you. And sometimes people equate that to love. It's one thing for your parents to be like, and then even in those cases, it could be abuse. Like, can I be honest? But that your parents, if you had good parents, everybody didn't have good parents. I keep being reminded of that. People keep saying, Kim, everybody didn't have good parents. And I know that. I'm just using this as a hypothetical situation. If you know that your parents loved you and they did or love you and they did what they to keep you out of the streets, to keep you on the straight and narrow, to keep you out of jail, to keep you, doing the things that you were supposed to do. That's a little bit different. But sometimes people equate that to love. It's not. It's not love. It's not love for somebody to, beat you down. That's not love, right? And we're not talking about our parenting. We're talking about somebody who says, I want to be a part of your life and I want to be in a relationship with you. And whether it's man or a woman, because it doesn't matter, because men get abused too, right? So I want to be clear about that. Because people be swearing men don't get, no, they do. They get abused all the time. But not as frequently as women. Let me say that, right? Part of the problem, I don't know why it's not registering my heart me's goal. I need 3 daily heart me's in order to do whatever. And you literally believe that, Tamia, and I know you did. Because a lot of us believe it. It got to be rough. And if it ain't rough, it ain't right. If it ain't rough, it ain't right. That means they don't care about us. If they're not jealous, if they're not insane out of their minds about us, then something ain't right. That's not true. That is absolutely not true. It's not. It's abuse. But I equated it with the love I so wanted Oh, is that what it is, Malika? Okay, because I'm wondering. I'm like, wait a minute. Why didn't they give me do whatever they said they were supposed to do? But anyway, back to the situation. It's a very serious. It's very serious, right? When you believe that something toxic is okay, when your mindset is kind of believing that somebody could do all manner of emotional, mental, physical abuse to you and it's okay, it's not okay. It is absolutely not okay. And what I'm finding is that people are upset and in an uproar because we're finding out that it's not okay. And none of that is acceptable behavior. Right? You're not going to mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically abuse me and think that that's okay. Like, it's not okay. Right? And verbally. Like, did I forget verbally? I said emotionally, but verbally. Right? That's disrespect. Right? And nobody wants to be in a relationship with someone who constantly disrespects them. My ex asked me to cut his hair after the breakup. What should I do? I have no idea because I don't know the type of relationship you have with your ex. Essence, hey baby, how are you, my love? I see you. When I went to the cops, enough was enough, and I thank you, love, for doing that for yourself, and like for standing up for yourself. Part of what I talk about on here, unfortunately or fortunately, is when we abandon ourselves for the sake of someone else. So you standing up for yourself is exactly what you should do. And I'm sorry that you even had to go through any of that. Hey, Coley Cole, I see you, baby. I love you. I love my Coley Cole. Yes, I love you, my love. But you understand what I'm saying? We abandon ourselves sometimes. And it's not okay. And I'm just learning that, no, I'm not just learning. I'm just recognizing abandonment of self as a real thing. Even in my own life, when I had to break through a couple of weeks ago, that's what it was. It was self-abandonment. And it never dawned on me. Right, I know you got it now, right? But it had never dawned on me to label it as such. And so now that I have that language, I will never, never, never make allow myself to abandon myself ever again. I think that when women stay and make excuses for their abuser, it's absolutely, that's what we were talking about earlier. Alton said, okay. Yes, it absolutely is. It absolutely is. And the behavior is unacceptable. And sometimes people don't know that because they were raised in that level of dysfunction. So they think that that's okay. I love you and I miss you too, baby. I do. I miss you, Coley Cole. So, yeah, sometimes we just allow ourselves to go through these things. But let me tell you what the good news is behind every situation and every circumstance. At some point, if we're wise, we will begin, that'll be the catalyst to bring us back home to ourselves. So we can stop abandoning ourselves. So we can see ourselves for what we truly are. So we can learn to love ourselves even more. Some people don't walk away. Oh, you can, baby, anytime you want. Never abandon yourself 100%. Okay, you are right. Yeah, but sometimes we're not even consciously aware that we are. Like when you're always doing stuff for everybody else, but not doing it for yourself. Sometimes we're not even consciously aware that we are abandoning ourselves, that we're putting ourselves on the back burner for everybody else. That we're making sure that everybody else is good and we haven't eaten. Right? But we're running around to other people's houses and we're feeding everybody else, but we have not eaten. Yeah, it says not achieved, and that's not true. I don't know how that works. But anyway, you get what I'm saying? Like sometimes it doesn't look like, it doesn't appear to us as being anything bad or harmful. Oh, all I'm doing is helping out a friend. Like one of the things that my mom like when I was raised when I was young. You don't even notice, right? You don't even notice when you're abandoning yourself unless you become cognizant of the fact that this is an issue. How do you keep showing up or not showing up for yourself when you need to show up for yourself? My mother used to tell us when we were kids, like we had to wash the walls, we had to do all this stuff on the weekend. We had chores. Like we weren't getting out of the house at all until we took care of, right, what we needed to take care of, right? Here's the thing. To this day, I do not leave my house unkept. To this day, I don't go outside until I take care of my own house first. I need to take care of me first. And I know it's like, Kim, you don't have to do that anymore, right? Kim, you can live differently now. You don't have to live like that, right? You're grown. You don't have to stay in the house until your chores are finished, right? But the reason why I do what I do is because before I go tramping off into the street, going to hang out, have a good time, I know on the weekend, Friday night sometimes, but usually Saturday morning, I'm making sure I change my sheets. I'm making sure I do my laundry. I'm making sure I left no dishes in the sink because when I come back in, everything is going to be pristine. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to make sure. And I think that my mom did a great thing when she taught me that. I really love the idea of what she did, right? Because it trained me that that the things in my house are as equally as important as me being out when I go out and I have a good time with my friends. There are some things that I needed to get done in my own life before I can pour into anybody else. And so it's the same analogy right now. It's the same analogy. Before I can go and give anybody else any bit of me, I need to take care of me. Period. Nobody else is going to give me permission to do whatever it is that I need to do for me. People will inadvertently, unconsciously take from you. Thank you for the daily harmony, my love. Thank you, Essence. I see you. You know what I'm saying? And it might seem like something that's so like, it ain't that serious kind of a thing, right? And the truth is, to some people, it might not be. But to me, it is. Thank you, Reese, for the perfume, my love. I see you. Thank you. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. But you get what I'm saying? It's important to understand the concept and not from a selfish place. It is important to understand the concept of I need to do what I need to do for me before I could do anything for anybody else. And it's not selfish. It is making sure that you have what it takes in order to give it to someone else. Period. I need me. Trish, is that you, sis? I see you. I see you. Right. And so, like, some people like, oh, you just selfish and you all about yourself. You have to take care of you. Period. Like, how do you even have the energy to give to somebody else unless you take care of you first? Right? I've been pouring into me more and it feels so good. Yes. Yes. Because understanding your value and your worth to yourself is everything. That's everything. Because nobody else is going to understand it if you don't. Nobody else is going to do what you do or not for you. You set a standard when you start taking care of yourself. You set a standard for everybody like, listen, we're just not doing that. I'm not mad at anybody if they do that. You can do whatever you want to do, but I'm not doing it. You know, and I thank God that my mother raised me the way that she did. And I pour into people all the time, and I give and I love and I care for them. And I do anything that I can in order to help people. Right. Okay, Dark Brandon. Okay, they are muting y'all comments, and I don't know why. Dark Brandon, I see your comment, but on the plane, they say put the mask. Right. Right. Exactly. Exactly. And so a lot of people be like, oh my God, like, why do people think that you're selfish. And especially, here's the thing, y'all. If you've been doing the whole people pleasing thing and you've been serving everybody and you haven't been serving yourself, oh my God, we are at 11K. Yes. Yes. Thank y'all. I'm going to do my little dance. I'll do my little dance. Every time we hit a benchmark, I gotta do my little dance. Thank you, Malika, for the popular vote, baby. Thank you. But this is what I need you to understand. Like, the idea behind all of that is you've been pouring, you've been giving, you've been doing the most for everybody else, you've been climbing mountains, but people will not jump over a puddle for you. And it doesn't mean that you don't pour. It's important to pour. We were created to pour. That's what we're here. We're here to serve other people, but not at the behest of ourselves. Not, how does that work? How does it work? I mean, I want you to just seriously, because I know, everybody's smart. Like, we all know that, but you can't give to somebody what you don't possess for yourself. You have to take care of you so that you'll have the energy to serve others. And when we do it backwards, right? We're no good for them and we're no good for us. We're running out of steam. So the idea is that sometimes the only way for us to wake up is after we are tuckered out, after now we end up, and I'm not speaking this in nobody's life, but you end up in the hospital, you end up with stress, you end up having headaches, you end up fatigued, you can't figure out why you're tired. You're now having health concerns now because nobody was checking for you. You was checking for everybody else. Right? There is something innately wrong with that. And I don't think I ever learned it because all we ever thought was, well, if I'm good, they'll like me. Right? But well, if I serve them, they'll be my friend. And people be like, oh, no, you can't buy friendship. No, sometimes we don't buy friendship. We don't, because we don't have the funds for that. I need for you all to understand this. But we try to make people like us by our deeds, and we are out of order. And then we can't figure out for all the tea in China why it is that this situation didn't work the way that we wanted it to. It wasn't gonna. Because either they like you for who you are for real, or they don't like you at all. And that's got to be okay with you because everybody wasn't meant to stay in your life like that. Everybody wasn't meant to be a part of your life. You cannot buy, and I don't mean in the literal by giving gifts, I'm talking about by friendship. It's got to be reciprocity or it's nothing at all. And I mean that for every friend, female, male, I don't care who they are. The idea that the reason why God sent us here, I promise you, the Creator, He sent us with purpose and He sent us to do a thing. What that thing looks like, I do not know, right? So I'm not gonna. So because I don't know what everybody's individual purpose is, I cannot speak to it. But what I can speak to is the fact that He didn't send you just to serve all willy-nilly. He sent you to serve with purpose. And until we understand that, am I ripping something I'm not supposed to be ripping? Hold on, y'all. It's a little tiny, tiny, tiny spider that's trying to be all up there, and I don't have no tissue. But yo, so true. Just fell out with two friends after being in London hospital for a week. Okay, I don't know, like, what happened, but or what that's in reference to what I said. But I will tell you this. That Tanya, thank you for the perfume, my love. I appreciate you. No calls, no say. Oh, got you. Right. Now you sick. You in the hospital. Ain't nobody rocking with you. Right. What city am I from? Your work is good. I am from New York. Born, bred, and raised. Yes. I'm here. Got that little thuggish energy too. I mean, I don't want to, but my mama gave it to me. It is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Yeah, I go. Right? But the reason why I say all of that is to say this. Like, you can't continue to do this. And pay attention to the way people treat you when you have nothing, when you flat on your back, when you can't pour into them, when you don't have what it takes because you're busy taking care of you, right? Okay, wait. I'm trying to unblock these comments. Nice, you remind me of Queen Latifah. Really? Really? That's interesting. I love Queen Latifah. Thank you for the follow, A. Alinda. Thank you for the follow, baby. I appreciate you. Thank you for the shot follow, Shafan. I see you. Yes, thank you for following me. I really, hey Karina, Karina's joining us. Hey Karina. Yes, it is so very important, and I really mean this. No shade to nobody. That if you've been doing that, stop it. Karina, hey girl, hey. If you've been doing that, stop it. And I'm not telling you to be selfish. I'm not telling you not to help anybody. I'm just telling you to work on you first. Heal your heart first. Do what you need to do for you first. Before you walk out the door to go anywhere, make sure you take care of your house first. Before you start ripping and running and pouring into everybody else, take care of you first. That's it. It's as simple as that. And this is what I was going to tell y'all. You know how, okay, so you've been doing this thing. You've been there for everybody. You've been doing the thing for everybody. Thank you for the follow, Sweet D. You've been doing everything for everybody else, right? And when you switch up, they get upset. Be prepared. Because the moment you begin to heal and do what you need to do for you, right? Be prepared. Hey, Deborah, I see you. Thank you for the follow. Somebody keeps trying to battle me. I cannot do another battle this week. I'm going to just start my battle tomorrow. I'm going to start battling tomorrow. But I need y'all to understand this. Like, they're going to be mad. And in some cases, big mad. Because they're waiting for you to do what you've always done, which is serve them, which is call them, which is reach out to them, which is make sure that they're good all the time, because that's what you've been doing, right? And the moment you begin to shift the narrative and you begin to change, people are going to be upset. They don't like it when you begin to see yourself as valuable, when all you've ever done is pour into them. But you've got to be prepared to understand that that is going to make them very uncomfortable. And at first, you yourself might even be going through it to the point that you're uncomfortable. Right? Because it might make you uncomfortable. Because now you're shifting. But you've got to keep in mind that this is the best thing for you. This is the thing that you have to do for you. And you have to make yourself a priority, because nobody that you've been serving is going to give you permission to take care of you. Now you're changing everything. Karina, thank you for the daily heartbeat, my love. It made me uncomfortable even today. So glad I'm seeing that. Victoria, I'm so glad. This is the first time stood on business, and no, they don't. Right, I see. I'm going through this. Sandy, I'm going through this right now. Essence, I already dealt with this a few times, but let them keep being mad. Let them be mad. Absolutely. 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 Because, like, I'm going through this now. It's a feeling of guilt that I keep fighting. Yes. Yes. Because it's okay to be good to people, but not before you're good to yourself. That's the only thing you need to shift, the order in which it was received. You have to be first, right? You have to. Like, what are we talking about? Like, you dragging, You crawling on the floor, you trying to make it to your next destination, and somebody's like, "Oh, can you bring me?" No, I can't. Not right now. I'm sorry. And no is a complete sentence. That's what I want people to understand. When you start setting up the boundaries, when you start doing all of the things that you need to do for you, when you start making yourself a priority, you're going to even see people's rejection simply as redirection. What do you think it was for? You did all the things that you did. You loved on people. You were caring, you were kind. And I'm not telling you to change from being that person. You were encouraging, you were supportive. Be that person, but be that person after you take care of you. Be that person after you take care of you. If that means that you get up and you go for a 2 mile walk in the morning, your kid, it could be your kid. You're like, baby, listen, you have to get up an extra hour before they get up, and you go out and you say, I'm gonna go for a walk because I need to get some exercise in and my day is about to start. So you getting up an extra hour early and you going for a walk. You need to do that for you because you know what you need. So it is based on that. Or their rejection is just protection. Absolutely. It is redirection or protection. It doesn't matter because you can pour yourself until you have nothing for yourself. You have to make sure that whatever relationships you're in, what friends, romantic interests, I don't care what it is, mother, father, sister, brother, cousin, that you find some time for you. You invest in you. You do something. Hey, Nadia, thank you so much, my love, for the heart me. I appreciate you. Yes, that you do the thing that you need to do for you. It could be sitting in your yard or out on your patio for 1 hour a week and just reading a book or listening to an audible. This is me time. I need to just sit back. I'm gonna make me some lemonade, or tea, iced tea, whatever it is. It's your time now. And people are not gonna be, I'm just telling you, just so we clear, happy about this newfound decision that you're making for your life. Thank you for the follow, Nancy. I see you. Hey, Forever. I see you, baby. How are you? If I'm not good, I'm not good to any. If I'm not good, I'm not good to anyone. Yeah, absolutely. Victoria, I'm fighting it. It's like it's me versus me, and we are fighting. Believe me. Yeah, because it begins a war in your head. Can I tell y'all something? And I'm being honest. Um, this journey, this new journey that you're on, this healing journey, this getting in alignment with you journey, it's not easy. There is always going to be a war because you've been doing what you've been doing in the wrong way for so long. It even takes you a while to readjust your mindset. Thank you for sharing it out, Nadia. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. Self healing mentor. Yes. Yes. Thank you, my love. I appreciate you. Yes. So you have to get acclimated to being this new you. And it's not, and I'm being honest. Listen, it's a battle. It's a battle, but you can win it. The new you has got to win over the old you. You can't go back to the way that used to be. There will always be a war inside of you if you started doing things that do not honor you, right? We have to honor ourselves. That's the reason why we get messed up in these relationships sometimes because we don't even realize we're not honoring ourselves. Can I keep it real? Thank you, Malika. Thank you, my love. Thank you. Right? We don't honor ourselves. And that's how we got jacked up to begin with. But that's okay. I'm kind of glad it happened. And not because I want you to suffer, right? Not because I want you to suffer, but because there needs to be redirection in your life. There needs to be redirection in your life. The way that you've been doing what you've been doing has not been working for you. And we could sit around and be like, oh, well, no, and you can make excuses, but baby, that's not getting you to where you want to be. I'm so serious. Like I see you forever. Forever said the truth. Okay. 100 the truth, right? Because people gonna be big mad. They're gonna be mad anyway. You might as well give them something, give them a reason to be mad. Remember when you used to get jacked up by your mom or your dad? You're like, hey, I'm gonna give you something to cry for. You ain't seen that yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing here? So the idea behind all of this, and I mean all of it, every hurt, every pain, everything you've been through was like a slap in the face. You ever, like, I don't know, like for me, right? My body tells me what's wrong with me, right? It reacts and responds when I have stress. When my mother passed away, or anything, right? You get a headache. What's that about? Some people ignore it and just take, Tylenol or whatever. Oh, there's nothing, I just need a headache, whatever. Like sometimes it could be that your blood pressure is high, right? It's not just as simple as just having a headache, right? And then you got to start thinking to yourself, like, what did I eat? Like, what did I do? What did I drink? Like, what's going on with me? Why do I have this headache? I'm dehydrated. It could be a number of reasons, right? But the pain that you feel is meant to wake you up, because the body is saying, whether it's a headache, and in my case, I had 3 ulcers after my mother died. I was so stressed. I was hurting. I was grieving. And I got 3 ulcers. I was so sick. I had never been that sick before in my life. And it's because I was holding on to stuff. I was so hurt after losing my mother. The other week, like maybe 2 Wednesdays ago, I had a total and complete meltdown in here. My mother's passed away almost 6 years now. And I still have my moments where I fall apart because I miss her so much. But I began to develop these ulcers, and I didn't know what was wrong. And then my best male friend, I called his wife. I said, listen, I got to get to the doctor. I need to get to the hospital. And my best male friend is my best guy, right? And I called her. She said, oh, he going to come get you, Kim. Right. I lost my mom last year, gained over 40 pounds of development. Right. So Nadia, you see? So what's happening is when stuff like that starts breaking out in your life, the reality is you need to check why that pain is there. Mine's is coming from me not talking and not saying anything and all of the things that was in trouble in my heart. And I was holding on to that stuff because you know why? Because I love my family and I didn't want to tear nobody a new one because I had promised I wasn't going to do that no more. And I declared and decreed. So unto God. And I said, Lord, just help me. This is not who I want to be. You know what I'm saying? But the pain that you experience, yes, baby. Yes, Karina. The pain that you experience is supposed to wake you up. So if somebody is using you, using you, I want you to understand something. It's going to go on as long as you let it go on. And when the pain of staying in that begins to be outweighed by the pain of change, then you'll change your life. Because what most people do, until it hurt real bad, we don't do anything. Can I be honest? Oh, I'll just deal with the abuse. That's not why God sent us here. And the reason why God allows us to go through, hey, Julie P, I see you, baby. Thank you for the daily me. And the reason why we go through what it is that we go through, and I'm not speaking about every situation. I don't know y'all, and y'all really don't know me. I'm not trying to say, oh, you got to be abused. No, it's for a purpose. And I'm only speaking about relationships because there's so many egregious things that have happened to so many people. I cannot even begin to speak about those things if I could just be honest. And I'm talking about everything from grape and all the things, right? So I'm not talking about all of that. I'm more specific when I'm saying this because I want to make sure that I'm not saying every situation. But most of the situations that you have gone through have been self-inflicted. And I'm not talking about those things that people have done to you. I'm talking about when you let them in. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Now, if I get any pushback, it's okay. You could push back. But I'm telling you about the relationships that when you met them and you begin to talk to them, were you listening to what they said? Did you hear them? Did you understand the words that were coming out of their mouths? Did you watch their actions? Were their actions in alignment with their words? Did you check their character? Did you see when they were talking? Did you listen to the stories they were telling you? Did they display integrity? Did you give yourself a long enough period of time to get to know them and become friends? Or did you get excited because somebody liked you and you that you liked you back, or vice versa? It doesn't matter. And you kind of walked away from any, um, I want to say common sense. I don't want to say common sense, but I had to because I was lacking a different word. Did you dishonor yourself? Like let's 20K, let's go. Y'all so dope. Listen, y'all are amazing. Thank you for tapping it out. Thank you for tapping it out. You are right. Did you use discernment? Were you operating in honor? Were you operating in integrity? No, I thought it was the right relationship because he was my first boyfriend in life. I was bamboozled. We do devalue ourselves. Yes, we do. We changing all that. Y'all better stop playing. Keep coming up in this room. I promise. Because I want to bring you back home to yourself. I promise you I do. Because what I really believe is that real love changes everything. It changes everything. But that's an inside job. Because we play sometimes. We play too much. We play way too much in our own faith. But okay. Y'all. Okay. I don't know why you keep blocking out these wonderful comments that y'all are making. Thank you, Delarisa. Thank you, baby. Big hugs to you too, my love. Right? I'm so hurt. My divorce is final in 5 days. Okay. All right. So, Carmen, the divorce is final in 5 days. Baby, one ending is nothing but a new beginning. The ending of one thing is a new beginning for the next. Listen, this thing can be beautiful. Change the glasses that you're looking through, my love. Malcolm, hey! Malcolm, you be coming in talking about grow me, please. Tony, thank you for the follow, my love. I see you. I see you. Right? Because what we're talking about here is the new. Like rejection, once again, is redirection. It can be if you let it. Can you picture, if you will, with me, a woman carrying a baby to term, right? It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to watch. And imagine that the contractions begin to come. And the baby is saying, no, 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 I don't want to go. And it's being thrust now into a new dimension that the baby is not even familiar with. This is crazy. I'm comfortable where I am. And God is saying to the child, but I have so much more for you. No, I don't want to go. I like it here. Because they don't know what's on the other side of them being birthed into this new world. I promise you, I'm not making this up. An ending is nothing more than a new beginning. It's time for you to take the bull by the horns and live your absolute best life. Do you need to heal? Absolutely. Did it hurt? Yes, it did. But we moving onward and upward, my love. We don't have time anymore to waste on things of old. I know that y'all heard this in the Bible. right? And I don't want to get violated. So I'm going to have to talk around it. Let the unalive bury the unalive. Y'all better hear me. And I'm not saying it don't hurt because I've had my heart broken more times than I can even imagine. But I also know. But thank you. Y'all are helping me get to my goal. Thank you. Right? But I also know that every time I wasn't chosen and I wasn't the one, first of all, let me be clear. Sometimes it was me. I ain't going to act like, okay. Sometimes I was the one that was like, oh my God, why can't they just be what I need them to be and they not? And now I'm big mad. Why you mad? They weren't supposed to be a part of your life. Stop being upset and angry because people are who they are. Thank you for the daily heart, me, Quentin. I appreciate you. Right? Because sometimes we get it twisted and we be mad because people weren't what we thought and we wanted them to be. They weren't supposed to. They were supposed to be exactly who they were. It was you were supposed to meet them, you were supposed to talk to them, they were supposed to ghost you, and then you were supposed to say, wow, what just happened there? Slinger, I see you, baby. I don't know. I think you still in here. I see you. I was just talking. You know, I love you some Slinger. I love you some Slinger. You were supposed to meet me and you were supposed to have my babies. You see what I'm saying? And that's crazy. Right? Like, right. Because they didn't accept you. Because you then begin to notice that they weren't what you needed. Sometimes people get into sexual relationships with people and they're doing the most. And that's not even a person that they're supposed to be with. You're supposed to be their friend. They were supposed to come into your life to give you some business connections, not for you to be trying to be in a relationship with them. Like, but we don't always know that. And sometimes we don't take the time to investigate that. And no shade. All I want you to do is forgive yourself so you can move on. Forgive yourself so you can begin the process of healing. And we be big mad at people because people be doing what they do. People are peopling. And so beginning to understand who you are. Hey, Raw Soul, I see you. Thank you. Thank you for the love you so much gift. Thank you. Right? Like we're wasting a lot of time, y'all. We are wasting a lot of time. Thank you for the daily heart, meet my love. Thank you. Right? We're hiding, thinking we're not enough. Showing up. Come on, I want to be in a relationship and you're emotionally unavailable. Thinking that somebody is supposed to not see the fact that you ain't trying to pour anything into them, but you want everybody to pour into you. Something's wrong with that picture. But if the pain keeps coming up for you, the question is why? Why is it that I keep having the same issue over and over again? Why does my head hurt? Why does my stomach hurt? Why do I keep feeling uneasy in my spirit? It keeps coming up because you are supposed to do something about it. Something needs to shift. Something needs to change. And the change doesn't come from outside of you. It comes from inside of you. Maybe you need to change your diet. Maybe you need to get up and start exercising. Maybe you got to get up and do things a little bit differently. Karina, thank you, baby. Thank you so much. Maybe you need to do some things, right? To shift the narrative. What's really going on here? I need to understand. Because here's the truth. I don't understand what's going on. Why do I feel uncomfortable? When you get that feeling in the pit of your stomach and you don't always understand what it's from, pay attention to that. That's a trigger. There's something going on in your life that you need to completely understand so that you can heal from it. Because once you understand what it is, it doesn't have the same power over you that it does when you don't know what it is. It's just like me. I told y'all I had 3 ulcers when my mother died. Went to the doctor, got the medication that I needed, began to go to the gastrointestinal people doctor in order for them to help me. Now that I know what it is, I'm not guessing anymore. Now that I know what I need, I can begin the process of healing. Thank you, Carmen, for the follow, baby. Thank you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So sometimes we be begrudging the pain and hurt, but the pain and the hurt is there for a reason. What do you keep doing over and over again, expecting something different to happen? Can we keep it real? Can we keep it real? And stop hiding, acting like if you go in the corner and hide that it's gonna go away. It doesn't go away. And if I can get you to understand this, that the reason why it keeps coming up for you is because God wants you to heal that part mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially. If you keep having problems, what are you doing in order to course correct so that you can get to the life that you genuinely want? People walking around here big angry. Women mad at men, men mad at women. No, we can do that. We can do that. India doll, I see you, my love. I see you, baby. Amen. Can't wait to totally let go. Right. But you can't let go if you won't acknowledge. You can't heal what you're hiding. You're always going to get, it's always going to keep coming up for you. And can I tell you, like, I equate some of this stuff to third grade. This stuff, I got to take the test. I got it every week. I got a test that's coming up, and you're being tested and tried in the fire, right? Every week. Thank you, Random. I see you, baby. Thank you for the roses. I appreciate you so much, right? It's inevitable. What did you say? It's inevitable, me and God. Yes. Yes. And one of the things, thank you so much, Sonia. Thank you randomly. I see y'all. Y'all are blessing my heart. Thank you so much. But the idea is that we just keep thinking like if I just dismiss it, if I act like I don't see it, it's gonna go away. No, that's not how. Thank you so much, Reese. Thank you, Quinn. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Thank you for the daily heart, me, my love. Let me ask y'all a question. Y'all ever seen that commercial, like when Facebook kind of first, I don't even know if I was supposed to say that, but whatever. When they first came out and it was these white ladies that was at one of the ladies' house, and she had put the pictures of all of the friends up on her wall. And so the lady was like, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. And then she said, I unfriend you, and took her picture down. Did y'all ever see that commercial? I am hilariously funny. I love commercials. But anyway, my point is, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. You can't act like you don't see what you see and think that things are going to get better in your life. Hey, Roy Pope, I see you. Welcome. Some of y'all are new to my room. If you're new to my room, type new in the chat. And for all of y'all who've been here, y'all know what to do. Love them up and welcome them up in here. Welcome them. Thank you, Love Bug, for the follow. Yes. Thank you for the daily heart me. Right? Okay, Love Bug is new, y'all. Okay, let's just shout Love Bug. Tony is new. Yes. Lynetta is new. Y'all welcome them in. Randomly is new. Y'all welcome them. Welcome them. Let them know they welcome. Thank you for coming in this room. In this room, we healing, baby. My name is Kim Love Jones. I'm a certified relationship coach, and I help men and women heal so that they can get to what it is that they deserve and desire. That's what we doing. Delarisa, welcome. Yeah, y'all welcome them in. Welcome them in. Thank y'all for doing that. I appreciate y'all. Yeah. But sometimes we get so caught up in thinking like if I ignore it, no. You know what happens if you ignore it? The problem grows until it is blaring and glaring and screaming at you for the attention that it needs in order for you to get well. Real talk. Welcome to the new Hi, Carol. How are you? Thank you for being here. Yes. And so we think like, oh no, no, you growing an extra finger and you thinking, oh, I'll just, who does that? Right? And so we think that's just in the natural. No, baby, this is in the spirit realm too. Like you want, wait. You can't want a healthy relationship and continue to do that. That's oxymoronic. It doesn't make sense. And you can't make sense out of nonsense. So if you want to grow, if you want to become, if you want your life to change, there are some things that you absolutely have to do and you can no longer ignore. You can no longer ignore that they are not mentally and emotionally healthy for you. You can no longer ignore, right, the fact that they are verbally abusive towards you. You can't ignore that. And at the same time work on your healing. Thank you, Susie. Susie done leveled up. I see you, baby. Oh, Delarisa, you better say so. You better say so. That's it right there. The inner man is screaming to be heard and to be tended to. Absolutely. Absolutely. So now I'm walking around here and I'm going through all kinds of emotional turmoil from the loss of my mom. And now I'm developing in my belly. I'm developing in my belly ulcers because I'm hurting. I don't know how to deal with it. I'm like, God, I'm in a knot. They go to the emergency room, had to follow up with the doctors, had to get the medication. Y'all get what I'm saying? They giving me a puzzle, y'all. Give me 1 second. You understand? So I couldn't just sit around, lay here and get sicker and sicker. I had to do something about it. The question is, what do you want to do? Are you really about that life, trying to get to where it is that you really want to be? You need to get in alignment. So let me just tell you a quick little story. I was down at I shared earlier. I don't know who was here and who wasn't, but I was down on like what's called like the docks in New York, right? And it's a really nice little place. We go down there, we eat food. They have the DJs. They have bands, at different restaurants and stuff. So everybody just out there and you're just doing your thing and just enjoying your life. And you see your friends, you're like, hey, you do that because you ain't seen them since last year, in the summertime. For me, that's what it was, right? And so it's really, really good. And one of the guys came up to me who know me, right? We're friends in real life, like not just on social media. And he said to me, yo, Kim, keep doing what you're doing. He said, can I tell you something? And I was like, what? And he was like, I started going to therapy. He said, because I needed it. And I was like, are you serious? He said, yeah, Kim. He said, I need to go see a therapist because I need to get my head right. He said, I have a beautiful wife. I got a beautiful family. We are good. He said, but there were some things in me that I needed to work out. Meanwhile, he is successfully married to an amazing and beautiful woman who's just dope. She's super, matter of fact, she's not just dope, she's super dope, right? And this brother was walking up to me and I was like, I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you because I know he's beginning his journey to the next level, right? And that's what it's really, to be honest with you, that's what it's really all about, right? It's like, I need alignment within me so that the war is not raging that is in me. And I have to be honest about what I'm doing. For men and women, we need to grab a host of ourselves and stop denying ourselves what we know that it is that we need. Like it's almost an abusive relationship, but it's me versus me. No, for real. What what am I doing? What am I doing? Am I, thank you for the rose randomly. I see you, baby. I appreciate you so much, my love. Thank you so much. Right? So he just keep going through this ups and downs. And then here's the thing that I want y'all to understand, and this is real talk. Like, you know how you say, like, I'm healed, like I've worked through it, like I've done all the work and I did, that's Gucci. I love that for you. I love that. So if that was you and if that's what you're saying, great, right? Got you. It's one thing to know something in theory, and it's an entirely different thing to know it in practical application, to live it. And that's where the problem comes in at. Because what most of us do is we take our time, we take our break away from relationships, away from people, we garner our thoughts, we sit with it, we try to figure out what our next move is going to be and how we can approach this in a different way. Okay, got it, good. This is what we tell ourselves. Okay, I'm never going to let anybody else do that to me ever again. And you begin to build this confidence and you begin to trust yourself more and you begin to work, from that space. And so now everybody that you deal with has to be above who you've dealt with before, right? Right? Because why would you do it? You're not going to do it, right? And you get into the next relationship and the person is very nice. You're very attracted to them. You like them. You think they're nice. You go out to dinner for men or women. I don't care who's buying. Doesn't matter. You find out that you really dig each other and then you build from there. 3 months into the relationship, 6 months into the relationship, now things are about to break out. You're emotionally and mentally invested. You want what's best. You like them. They seem to be loving and kind. They're generous. They show up in ways that you've never had anybody show up for you before. And if you're not solid, and thank you, Anthony, for the follow. Thank you, baby. And if you are not solid in what you believe and in your truth, if you are not solid, thank you, Lily. I see you. Thank you for the follow. If you are not solid, y'all welcome them into the room. Welcome them in the room, y'all, because they knew I don't recognize their names. Welcome them in the room. Y'all know how y'all do, and I appreciate y'all, right? And you do that, and now here comes the compromise. Are you going to hold true to your values, to your core values? Are you going to hold true to the truth about what it is that you want and you need? Or are you going to start compromising yourself to the point that you no longer exist again? That's why the healing is necessary. That's why you can't play any games out here. That's why you need clarity so you don't fall back to what does not honor you. And I know you had a good run, but if you don't change down in the city of your soul, and I really mean it, you're going to run into it again because it's a test. And it's always a test of the emergency broadcasting system. You'll begin to feel uneasy. What are you going to do? Are you going to revert back and continue to do what you've done in the past? Or are you going to be 10 toes down in what you know you need for you, even if at this point it's time for me to walk away? Because this is no longer serving me. That's why we ought not rush into things. But that's a whole nother talk show for a whole nother day. God bless you, Miss Kim, and keep on keeping on doing that blessed thing. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate you, my love. I really do. 10 toes down. Yes. Standing strong, firm on what you know your truth is. Because every day that you don't do that, after you know, you are dishonoring yourself. And it's not them. It's not them. It's you. And this message is not fair because everybody can't stand, everybody don't like me. That's the first part, right? And everybody don't want to hear what I'm talking about because here's the truth. Because it's the truth. We have to be cognizant of what we're allowing in our lives. People can trick you and make you believe that there's something that they're not. You can fall in love with the image of who you thought a person could be. You can fall in love with the potential of what you want or what they may be. But none of that will affect you if you are honoring yourself. Because you can love somebody and never talk to them again. And love them with your whole heart. And want nothing but the best for them. And want to see them excel and matriculate and do all the wonderful things. Aline, thank you. I just got to share with you. You are beautiful. Thank you so much. I feel that with mostly every encounter with everyone. I'm living it. See, and the only reason why people violate, even when you see it with a lot of people violate because they're used to violating. Right? They're used to doing that. It's not personal. Okay, so why is this even a supposed to be friend? Yes, Susie. Yes. Yes. And that's why we have to be strong in our Constitution. I'm not telling you that you can't be flexible. I'm not telling you not to bend. I'm not telling you that. But when you begin to do, like, when you start climbing a mountain, right? Now I'm being serious. When you start climbing mountains, and they ain't even, and they still at base camp, and you way up the mountain, and you like, hello, and they not studying you. Something went wrong. You have to have a strong constitution, baby. We almost at 40K, y'all. Y'all are amazing. I'm telling you right now, y'all finna see me do my dance at the 40K. you know, right. You got to step back and look. You got to be mindful. Wait. This doesn't feel right. When you start getting that feeling, it's time for you to begin to address some things. And this is real talk. When you start to feel something well up in you, and you're like, well, wait a minute. Or something triggers you. Don't ignore it. Pay attention. Thank you, Aileen. I appreciate you. Amen, amen, amen. All day, every day. The truth shall set us free. Absolutely. Don't ignore what you see right in front of you. Like it's an 18-wheeler truck coming down the street and you're going to ignore it? No, we're not doing that. And in fact, for the rest of 2025, like let's just pencil in. No, matter of fact, let's put it in red ink, big bold letters. No more. No more of the shenanigans. Not from anybody else. No more of the shenanigans from within you. Because in order to even build up your trust, it starts and it begins with you honoring who you are. It begins with you being consciously aware of what you need and what you want for your own life. Good evening, Evie. I see you. How are you? How are you? The dream is free. The hustle is sold. So you better say so, Blue Star. Okay. The hustle is sold separately. Let's do that. Good. It's good to see you. I haven't seen you in here in a while. But you get what I'm saying? It's like we can't continue this way. It doesn't make any sense. If you want love, if you want peace, if you want joy, it begins and ends with you. And people will come into your life because of who you are and add to what you already have existing. Some people are not going to help you build it. They're not going to encourage you and drag you across the finish line to get there. You've got to want it for yourself. And you got to want it more than you care about the shenanigans. Think like a millionaire, hustle like you broke. Okay. All right, Blue Star. That's right. That's right. And so it's really, thank you, Malika. Thank you. I appreciate you, baby. I appreciate you. But it's so very important to be in alignment with that, with yourself first, right? And then everything else will work itself out. But it's one step at a time. It's getting clear about what you need and what you want for you. What does it look like? What does it look like? I got on here tonight to talk about redirection and rejection, and I ain't even talk about none. I didn't talk about any of my points. Thank you, Malika. Malika, you're so dope. But I think I said what I came on here to say, what was necessary. Sometimes you just gotta let God lead and don't try to do, however it works out. I mean, we are talking about rejection and redirection, but we're seeing it through a different lens. Thank you, H, for the follow. Thank you for that follow. I appreciate that. Y'all, we are at 39K. Look at that. When is the rejection topic coming? Tomorrow. Because I didn't do it today, clearly. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Like sometimes I'm just glad to based on what people say too, to parent myself at 46 years old. That's exactly what we're doing. That's exactly what we're doing. Because can I tell you why too? And I'm being honest. I'm not even trying to be funny. But the reason why, my Bluetooth. No, my phone is dying. The reason why this is so important is because the little girl on the inside or the little boy on the inside needs you to protect them. Who advocates for them? Nobody's even paying attention to what our needs are. I was telling a story, and I think I told it on here a couple of weeks ago. I'm not sure. It might have been last week, the week before. I don't know. And this is going to sound a little heavy initially, but it's not. When we give our lives to Christ, right, and we live according to the Word, what happens is baptism represents, and I'm just going to say a quick version of this. I'm not going to go in deep, but baptism represents the life you're standing up, the death when you go under, and the resurrection of Jesus Christ, right? Not trying to be heavy. The Holy Spirit is then in us. But the Holy Spirit looks like that of an embryo. The only way for the Holy Spirit to be fed is with the Word. So you begin to read the Word. And as you read, the Holy Spirit begins to grow inside of you. And it solidifies. So the reason why I am saying this, and this may seem like it's off topic, but it is not, is because it's not an overnight process, our healing. Not at all. It takes time to grow, and you have to feed yourself the things that are good, the things that are pure, the things that are in alignment with the life that you want. And until we begin to do those things, we will be dwarfed, if you will. Our spirits it'll be like arrested development unless we begin to understand that there is a transformation of our minds, hearts, spirits going on simultaneously in the life of the person who wants to be healed. I don't get to tell anybody how to be or what to be, but I get to help you and help you to see that the life that you really want to get to is the life that was already promised you. And it requires you to feed your spirit with things and people and be in communities where you can grow. Everybody doesn't have that, nor does everybody want that, because sometimes for some folks it's too painful. But the opposite of that is you never grow. You never work on yourself. So somebody tell me which one is even more painful, to have lived your entire life in darkness, right? To have lived your entire life in darkness, never seeing the light of who you can be, to have a heaviness in your spirit of hopelessness and helplessness? Or do you want to change your life? Do you want to step out of the darkness and come into your healing so that you can get to the business of doing what it is that you were always called to do? That you were purposed for, before somebody told you that you weren't enough, before somebody said that you were not worthy, before somebody made you feel small or insignificant, before somebody did that to you, whatever that thing was, right? What is it that you want to do and be? What do you want your life to look like? Period. Now, I'm not mad if people want to stay in the dark. I don't get to drag people across the finish line. What I do get to do is I get to show up here on TikTok every day that I am available and tell you what God sent me to tell you. If you want to go deeper, you want to become a part of my Unlocking Your Love community so that you can grow in that way, because we're doing the work there. We're not just talking about it, we're doing it. And so you can do that. That's another option. If that's not the option that you choose, there is another option. You can go to a therapist. You can go get the help that you want, the help that you need. But I'm going to tell you something. If you hang out with me, there is going to be some transformation happening, because that's why God sent me. I don't know if it's you that I'm coming for tonight. I don't know which one of you, but I'm going to tell you that I came for one person. And whoever that one person was that needed to hear this tonight, thank you for listening. Thank you, Sarah, for the follow. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Listen, right. Yes. Thank you, Reese. Thank you, my love. It would be advantageous no matter which road you took, no matter which road you JPR, thank you for the follow. Thank you, Lizzie, for the follow. Thank you. Y'all just following. Y'all don't forget to get your daily heartbeat. Don't forget to do that. Get your daily heartbeat. Click that little orange heart at the top by my name. Yes, do that. JPR, I appreciate you so much. But what I am telling you is you don't have to stay stuck. You could be set free. That's your choice. And just so y'all know, I'm not easy. Like, even as a relationship coach, I'm bringing it. And I don't know, like, everybody ain't ready for the smoke, because it's going to require you to do something different, because you don't want to continue doing things the way that you've been doing them. Does it work for you? Is it working for you? Has it worked for you in the past? That's all I'm saying. Thank you, Just JB. I see you. I needed to hear this today. Yes, I'm working on my freedom. Yes, Lizzie. Yes. Yes. Because that's really, at the end of the day, what it's all about. That's what it's all about. You're going to keep repeating the same cycle over and over again? No, you want to come in the knowledge of self, because that's why you're here. And I know, and you're like, Kim, I'm not just here just to learn about myself. Yeah, no, yes, you are. And I'm going to tell you, you know the reason why I'm saying that? Because the minute you begin to heal those broken places and spaces because somebody told you that you weren't enough, or because somebody rejected you, or they made you feel bad, or you didn't think you was good enough, or pretty enough, or handsome enough to get to the bag, or whatever else it is you desire for your life, and you stuck there, and you're stuck there. Believe me when I tell you, and I mean this sincerely with every fiber of my being, you get to choose how you move forward from now on, no matter what they said, no matter what they did. You want your life to change. You got to be willing to invest in yourself in order to do that. It doesn't work any other way. But regardless, I'm going to show up here on TikTok because I like these TikTok streets. But if I was here to just for one person, just for one, if it resonated with you, if anything I said resonated with you, if you're making a decision like, I want to change, maybe they were supposed to be here tonight to hear this message. There's a lot of new people that's on. Keep on keeping on doing the blessed thing. I want all the smoke because I want to change. We love you. Oh, Anthony, that's so dope. That is so dope. Because I'm giving it out. I'm handing it out like it's a piece of penny candy. And y'all know I just dated myself when I said that. Okay? I'm giving the smoke. Because you ain't got the kind of time to be wasting. You want to stay in darkness or you want to walk in the light? It's your choice. And that whether you with me in particular or not, do what you need to do to take care of you. And stop playing. I play too much. I'm scared, but I'm ready. It's for me. I feel stuck. Yes, amen. Protect your peace. Yes. So this is what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to go on the link in my bio as soon as I log out. And I want y'all to look for the Linktree link. And what I want you to do is I want you to click on the digital products. And I want you to look at the things that I offer. There's a lot. There's a few freebies there. But then there's also my Unlocking Your Love monthly membership group that I just got from finished teaching, right? And when I tell you, if you get on that train, you will not regret it. Because when I tell you, God is not only moving in my life, but He's finna 10x yours. I am worth every penny to be in my Unlocking Your Love monthly membership group, in that community. Because I'm going to help you get there. Because I'm not playing in my own life. I'm sick of myself. When I got sick of myself, I began to change. I promise. I am not making it up. Shannon, thank you for the daily heart me, my love. And I'm silly, so we always have a good time. We always talking about stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, we be talking about stuff. It's amazing. But that's what I want y'all to do. My name is Kim Love Jones. I'm a certified relationship coach. And I literally help men and women heal so that they can get to the love that they deserve and desire. Listen, I believe in my heart of hearts that real love changes everything, but that real love begins with you, right? Period. Listen, I love y'all like I love me some fried chicken, and y'all know I look like I love some fried chicken. I'm not making it up. Y'all can come and join me on the other side, but I'll be here tomorrow night at 7 p.m. It is absolutely amazing. And tomorrow, I guess I'll talk about rejection and redirection because I really didn't get to it. Y'all are amazing. We hit 50K, y'all. We hit 50K. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Shannon. I'm glad you came in, my love. Y'all welcome Shannon in. Welcome Shannon in. Let's do this. Y'all got to love up on Shannon. Shannon said, I needed to come in here today. Yeah, this room is all about healing, baby. We finna get right or get left. Right. Okay. I don't want to get left. I'm like, Lord, help me. Help me to become the person that you created me to be. And as long as I have that posture, things are going to work out for me. And I know it. And yeah, and my life ain't no cakewalk just like yours. But I'm getting it. Thank you, Reese. Thank you for the crown. Oh my God. Thank y'all so much. Thank you so much. Now, one of the things that I've got to start doing is I've got to start going to other people's rooms and supporting them. I do go in, but I don't follow everybody. Everybody doesn't resonate with me. I'm working on it. But if any of you are going live, inbox me. I'm working all the time, but I can listen while I'm working, right? And support you if there is something that you are doing. Because I don't believe in other people just supporting me. I want to support you. And sometimes that may not look like you're in my Unlocking Your Love class or on my lives. It may look like me tapping the screen back for you. And trust me when I tell you that I love y'all and I appreciate every tap, every gift, everything that you guys have been blessing me with on this evening and in the preceding evenings that I've been on. I appreciate y'all. And I mean that sincerely from the bottom of my heart. Y'all are dope. And not just dope, but y'all super dope. How do you not let fear stop you? That's an interesting question. How do you not let fear stop you? By doing it anyway. By doing it anyway. Thank you. I'm at 80% of my goal. Thank you. By just doing it anyway. Because you can do it. Just do it afraid. It doesn't matter. Because the fear is not going to leave you until you start walking towards whatever it is that you're working on, whatever it is that you want. You know, like it's important to just do it, like Nike says, right? We want to be mindful that things are only out of reach in our own minds. They're not literally out of reach. Anything, and I promise you, and I'm not trying to be unreasonable, within reason. Let me say it like that. Because, you know, you might be like, I want to be an astronaut, but what are the odds, right? Like, let's be honest. Like, but there is no lack. There is only abundance. And I know that people will wrestle me down to the ground for that statement alone. But what lens are you looking through? What are you really afraid of? Are you afraid that you'll be successful, or are you afraid that you'll fail? There is nothing that you cannot do when you put your mind to it. And I'm so serious about this. There's an area of your life, whether it is relationship, whether it is a job, a career, going back to school, education, there is nothing that is out of reach. Nothing. All you have to do is make up your mind that you really want it. And I know that some things seem impossible, but they're not. I know this woman, can I tell y'all this? I know this woman that was like 18 or 19 years old, right? And this may not be the best story, but anywho, I'm going to tell y'all anyway. She said she was going to marry somebody in the NBA. Can I tell you how she married somebody in the NBA? Okay. Y'all know what the odds of that is? But by the time she was like 25, 26, she was marrying somebody in the NBA. I'm afraid that I'll be rejected. Hold on. Fear of failure has stopped me so much in life. I realized, don't fear that. Don't fear that I'll fail. I've realized, don't fear. Okay. Right? There's nothing you can. You gotta set your mind to it for real. And if you're not ready for it, you're not gonna get it. So don't worry about that part either. Because I promise you that God loves his sons and his daughters the same, right? And he's not going to give you something that's going to tear up somebody, that's going to tear up somebody else for you know, unless I'm sure there's a lesson or something in it. But let me just tell you, God ain't going to let you destroy his daughters either. And God ain't going to let you destroy his sons. They're going to see you long before you come around the corner. But fear to build your business, create a career, buy a house, buy a car, all of the things, he's going to prepare you for it before he gives it to you. I'm going to start speaking things into it. Absolutely, Reese. Absolutely. If you don't, you better, baby. If you don't, you better. Real talk. You heard that? I'm so silly. I'm like, if you don't, you better, girl. I'm not making this stuff up. Like, if you want something in your life, God will give it to you, but He'll also make sure you're ready to handle what you're asking for. Because God is not going to give you something that's going to make you lose your mind. Like, God, I want this G Wagon. And I know the G Wagon costs $200,000, right? Okay, so you get the G Wagon, right? But now you ain't got no money to put the gas in the car. Do that make sense? No. He prepares you. There's a lot of things that got to go on because you can have the G Wagon, but you also have to have the means to continue to take care of the very thing they gave. He don't give you the G Wagon and not give you the money to maintain the G Wagon. He's not going to give you the career. He's not going to give you the wife that you want or the husband that you want if all you're going to do is tear them down. God's not trying to do that. He wants us to be in alignment first with Him. His Holy Spirit is leading us and guiding us. And there is nothing that God will not give His children that is in alignment with what He wants for them. And sometimes the answer is not yes. It might be not right now. You ain't ready to handle it. If I give it to you now, you're going to squander it. You're going to do the wrong things. Yes, I am happy God rejected so many things because I wasn't. Absolutely. Can you imagine meeting the person of your dreams, the person that you always desired to meet, and then you turned around and you said the wrong thing, you did the wrong thing, you were still wild and crazy, you wasn't ready to handle it, and you know that that's your person, and now everything is messed up now because you weren't mentally, emotionally, spiritually mature enough to handle what it is that you was praying for. That don't even make no sense. And I'm just being honest. So I'm not telling you that you're going to be an astronaut. I'm not telling you that. I am telling you. Reese, you already know. Be like, I want to fly in the Air Force, but you're 59 years old. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it. Because if Mary can have a baby, you know what I'm saying? Y'all play too much. But y'all get what I'm saying. If Sarah can have a baby, you know, and I'm being funny because I think I'm funny. I'm hilarious. I am. I don't care if y'all think I'm funny or not. But I'm streaming on different platforms. So I got people watching me on other platforms. I don't know who they are. They probably like this lady. But anyway, y'all get my point? But if it's love that you want, if the business you want to start, if you want to go back to school, it's never too late for that. You can have what your heart desires. Just prepare for it so you don't squander it when it comes. Because anytime you get something too soon, before you're ready for it, you'll probably misuse it and abuse it or not know what to do with it for real when you get it. Is that Tony? Hey, Tony, I see you, baby. How are you? How are you, my love? Patrick is nobody's daddy, but Patrick the daddy. Okay, Patrick, I see you. Patrick, I see you. Patrick, you ain't nobody daddy, but you coming up here, Patrick the daddy. You play too much. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? You're not doing too well, Tony. You know I'm a phone call away, my love. You know that. You know that. Inbox me. I'm a phone call away, my love. You already know that. Right? So we're not getting Wonder. Hey, thank you for the daily heart, me. I appreciate you. Patrick, why are you looking at me like that? Patrick, why are you giving me that emoji? Oh my God. Thank you so much. Y'all is hilarious. I love y'all so much. You so fine. Thank you, Patrick. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You know, they say, we get finer as we age, baby. Wine gets better as it ages, honey. Look, I'm being so silly. I am so silly. God, pray for me. Oh my gosh. But do you get what I'm saying? You want your best life ever, then go after it. Be willing to do what you need to do in order to get it. The blessing of the God of the wait a minute. Okay. Okay. The blessing of God is upon you. I feel like that too, Wonder. I do. I do. I feel like that. I really feel like that about my life. I really do. I feel like so blessed sometimes I cry. And when I tell you everything in my life is not, you know, it's not. It's not, but I know why I'm here. And when you know your purpose, you operate differently. Thank you, Tony. Thank you for helping me reach my goal. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you so much. But you get what I'm saying? Like, everything in my life is not perfect, but I do feel blessed. I feel blessed to the point that I cry and I thank God all the time because I'm operating in my purpose and in my gifting. And you can never go wrong as long as you are honoring what God told you to do. That's number one. But number two is also that understanding your purpose, understanding the gifts that God has given you will always lead you to where it is that you really truly want to be. And that's the truth. It'll always bring you joy. Because God's gifts and calling, He's going to make sure that you get everything that you need in order to fulfill whatever it is. And you always feel good. Anita, thank you for the follow, my love. King Tab, thank you for the follow. I see y'all. You have the best thing in your life, God. Yes, Tony, this hurts so bad, but I'm healing day by day. I hope the same for you. Yes. I don't know, forever. I don't know what's going on completely. Inbox me. Inbox me. Because this is what it's all about. If I'm not doing what God's telling me to do, then I'm out of order. Yep. Yep. But it is fulfilling. It is fulfilling. All of this is fulfilling for my life. And so even when I'm going through something personally, I always feel good in my service. Yes. So y'all, listen. I appreciate y'all so much. It's 11:37 in New York EST. Listen, I love you. Same to you, Coley Cole. I love you, my baby. That's my sweetie girl. Oh, I didn't give y'all no affirmations. You know what? I looked on TikTok and he was live, but I'm calling another woman his girl. Ooh. Ooh. Inbox me. I got you, sis. Listen. Um, yeah.